All right, welcome in. This is Stick and Hack and the Stick and Hack Show, stickandhack.com. Thanks so much for joining us here on the first ever episode of the Stick and Hack Nation podcast. I'm Stick. No, that's not accurate. Oh, my God.
Not at all.
God, what a Freudian slip. That's Stick.
Wishful thinking.
That's Stick. I'm Hack. And we welcome you to the show. So what is a Stick and Hack specifically? By the way, my name's Adam, and that's Mike. A stick is what, 0 to 10 handicap, Mike?
Sure.
Okay.
Roughly.
All right, so we have our first disagreement
I would
here
go lower
early.
than that, but it's fine.
What, 0 to 5?
Yeah, probably in there.
All right,
Well, 6 or 7.
All right, so 0 to 6 or 7 handicap is a stick, and a hack. Most people would call themselves hacks in real life. You ask any golfer, hey, you golf a lot, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm more of a weekend hack, really. Just try to putz around, try to get the white ball in the hole. Okay, relax. Do you play golf or not, Jeff? So a hack is typically a 20 or above, and then that 10 to 20 range of people that are working on the game trying to get it working out. People who don't have a handicap, hacks, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So this show is really designed for both. It is designed to give you the hard-hitting golf news, updates, stories, and golf, instruction maybe?
Sure.
Okay. And
I'll give you a tidbit once in a while.
All right, you'll give it. You don't do any tips on the course, so I don't know why that would be any different here.
Well, you don't listen to me even when I do.
You keep
so
your
what's
head
the
down.
difference?
You keep your head down and play your game.
I hate that. Keep your head down. It's the worst.
Well, we'll get to that. We've got this the worst stick and hack comments later on in the program.
All
right. So that's what a stick and hack is. If you don't know, us specifically, I don't know. I've been playing golf since I was 13, and I haven't gotten any better in 25 years, and that's pretty much the end of that. I played high school golf. I was number one golfer in high school. I
still don't believe that.
Well, it's a happenstance. It was, I went to a small high school.
Oh, well, okay.
Right. So we're 18 in my graduating class, right. 300 in the school. Probably 8 of them played golf. Yeah. 8 of them were on the team, and I was a senior, and so I was number one golfer. And my buddy and I, we were number 1 and 2. We would flip flop back and forth as who could be the worst number 1.
Yeah.
So that was me. That's me, and I haven't gotten any better since. What's your deal?
Oh, okay. Well, I played golf since I was 6 years old. My dad's been a pretty good player his whole life. He was 4, 5, 6 handicap.
Okay. Taught
me the game.
So you had a teacher and a coach and someone who was bringing you up into the game of golf.
My dad, but then I was in junior golf programs, right. A couple different ones in my hometown.
All right, so now and here you are today as one of the leading top golfers in your little pod of friends and people. So when people say to you, "Are you a good golfer?" What do you say?
I say,
"Damn right I am."
Sure, yeah, yes I am. I try to be humble. My mom taught me to be humble.
Oh, that's very nice of her. But at some point, you're just going to say...
Not much else stuck, but that did, apparently.
At some point, though, you have to just say, look, I'm a great golfer, and if you want to lose money or lose, then feel free.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm... That's... and we were talking about this earlier, is the handicap thing, and we'll get to that later. But
right.
You can't gamble with somebody if you don't know what their playing level is kind of prior. Right. I'm hesitant there,
and we'll get to that in a second. So I do want to talk quick golf news. First of all, who are we? Like, what are we going to be doing here on the show? I think that's important for everyone to know. Our job here on the program is to bring you the humor, bring you the lifestyle, bring the world of golf, the exciting world of golf. That's not the nitty gritty tips and tidbits and instructions and all that stuff, and not the sophomoric people burning golf carts in the middle of the course. We're going to be somewhere in between that, Mike. Yeah. That's the goal here, right?
Yeah.
And do you have anything that you want in the next year on this show? Is there anything you think I could teach you about golf?
No.
Good. Well, then that's going to be my life's mission to teach you something about the game of golf.
Oh, okay.
All right, British Open is coming up this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, it's the Open, not the British Open. I don't know. Yep. I made that mistake. I apologize.
Well, that's a hack move. I feel like that's a thing that they've done recently. Like, they've become more. They want to point that out.
Right.
It's the Open.
Right. Because that's all they care about. It's like food in Japan. I mean, they just call it food.
Yeah.
It's not Japanese food.
Well, they're like
Chinese food.
The Ohio State University.
No, that's a whole separate podcast. I can't do it. The Open starts Thursday at I don't know 2 a.m. or something like that because of the time change.
Right.
It is the only time of the year that I like to get up early and watch golf.
I agree.
And I will do it.
Same. Absolutely.
We could record it if we wanted to. No reason to.
No.
Let's get up and let's do it.
Watch live. Yeah, absolutely.
I love getting up early.
Pick up a coffee.
Yeah.
Get it going.
Now, I never got up for my kids. I have 3 kids, and I never once woke up in the morning to be like early to change them. Maybe several times I did, but I didn't make a habit of it. Okay. Right. However, this time frame every year, 4 days in a row, I'm up like I have a paper route.
Yeah. It's
like it is early.
It's like Christmas morning.
It is. And do you have any early predictions? Do you care? Are you going to watch it and get mad if somebody wins or loses? How do you watch golf as a stick?
I've got guys that I'd like to see play well. But the thing about the Open that I always find, I always feel like there's guys that show up in the Open that you've never heard of. And it's mostly because they're guys that are probably playing on the European Tour and you just don't hear their names.
I think most people who watch golf now have only heard of 5 or 6 or 7 players that are there. Because they're watching the majors.
Yeah.
They're not following
right.
Unless you're Matthew Wolf.
Yeah.
They don't know that you exist because they don't watch any of those other tournaments.
Well, I mean, I think for the Open specifically, though, there's always 1 or 2 names that I see end up on the leaderboard that I'm like, I have never heard that guy's name in my life. And, they'll play well for that week, and then I'll never hear their name again.
First time I heard Fleetwood Mac's name on the leaderboard was at the Open. What's his name? Really? Mick Fleetwood? What's his name?
Tommy Fleetwood?
Tommy Fleetwood, thank you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Fleetwood, that was the first time I ever heard his name, and I thought that is he Irish?
I'm pretty sure
Doesn't
he's
matter. He's English?
Yes.
So I thought maybe he just played the Open because he's English, and that's why I'd never heard of him. I swear to God, that's what I thought because I'd never heard of the dude.
Well, I mean, maybe he.
But now he's Mr. Big Shot.
Yeah, he is. He's
All
a
right,
good player.
So the British Open or the Open is going to be great, and there's no doubt about that. Tiger plays 4 times a year. Let's talk about that for a half second.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, who everybody knows, and if you're a hacker stick, you love Tiger or you hate Tiger. There's really no in between. There's really only 2, right?
Yeah.
Either you want to see him win
definitely.
every single time, or you don't want to ever see him play again.
Yeah.
And that you want him up in the tower with Faldo talking about someone hitting a chippy shot.
There's guys that don't even want him up there.
All right.
They just want him to go away.
Right. Well, I hope he wins. I hope he wins all 4 times he plays a year.
I am a unapologetic Tiger fan.
Right. Absolutely. So I hope he wins all 4 times. Why does he only play 4 times a year, though? Like he plays less than like a normal hack.
He's a bazillionaire at this point, and he can. I mean, that's one reason.
I don't know. He's a competitive golfer. That's what he does.
He is, but I think at this point he just picks with all the injuries he's had. At this point, he has to pick and choose which ones he plays in, and just not trying to wear himself out. I think.
Did you know that he had back surgery? Were you aware of that? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. You should watch any round that he plays, and they'll tell you.
I wondered why he hadn't won in a couple years.
He had a back surgery. He had some injuries.
Okay.
Thanks. Most people don't know that. They'll tell you that on the broadcast. Every time he has a twinge or his swing is a little off, somebody will say, "Ooh, it's a little chilly."
I know.
He might be hurting his back.
Yep.
Has anybody checked his back lately?
Yep.
I'm waiting for a full-time 24-hour nurse to be out there on the course, walking behind him with the scoreboard.
She's probably there. You just don't know it.
She probably is.
Yeah,
100%. Her name is Nikki. She's on the sidelines. All right. So the other thing, speaking of the British Open, the Open, our other second favorite person that everybody knows, Phil Mickelson, has had some issues and some problems as of late, apparently, according to him. And he posted a video over the weekend on Instagram that got picked up by Golf and Golf Digest. Let's listen to this. Have you heard this? Do you know anything about this? He's making some changes. He had a breakthrough.
I saw it on social media, and I just hadn't watched the video yet.
Right.
So
let's listen together.
This is like my first time hearing.
All right, let's listen together, and let's just get some ideas of Phil and his breakthrough. Okay, and just open up to me. Yep, here he goes.
I haven't posted anything because I haven't felt good about myself and the way I've been playing, and so I haven't done anything or wanted to be in public. The last 10 days, I've done what I call a hard reset. to change and try to make things better.
Okay.
I have lost 15 pounds. I've done a 6-day fast with water and a special coffee blend for wellness that I've been working on with Dave Phillips, and went on a bit of a retreat. I'm
Special
here in
coffee
Ireland now,
blend,
a beautiful
just
place,
coffee
getting
blend.
ready for the British Open.
probably
I
gonna
don't
sell
know
it.
if it's going to help me play
It's
better
not
or
going
not,
to, Phil.
but I'm willing to
Promise
do
you.
whatever it takes
Apparently.
to try to get my best back.
You didn't eat for a week.
I'll have more fireside chats and some funny things in the future, but
Thank
for
God.
now, let's keep it real.
But for now, I'm going to bring this way down.
Now, let's keep it real, and I'm going to use terms that no one has
Yeah.
used in 10 years.
This year's Open is going to be rad, Phil. I 3 things I love about that. Number one, that he was able to mention his buddy that he brought, or that he made the special coffee bean with.
Yeah.
So that's obviously going to be a Phil special on a product aisle soon, right?
Oh, that's definitely going to be on the Starbucks menu soon.
He didn't eat for 6 days and lost 15 pounds. So that could be
That
water weight.
Feels
Aggressive. Feels aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay. And the third, that was the most depressing, because Phil has been on
the
a
intro was really bad. Yeah,
I,
it was. That's
Hey guys, Phil here.
Hey, I haven't want to go out in public.
What? If you've been looking for me, I've been under the covers for 2 weeks not eating. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't. Look, the dude has not played well, but there's been a lot of times he hasn't played well.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, yeah.
I don't understand why all of a sudden he needs to go to Madagascar and get into some sort of Zen-like state, not eat, and come back, unless he wants us this bad. If he's trying to hold on to something, do you think he's
this thing
years
is
from the
I think this
senior
thing
tour?
is a part of his like new social media awakening, where he has suddenly discovered that there's a thing called Twitter and Instagram,
Right.
and he's like, "Huh, who knew?"
Well, his Instagrams were videos.
He didn't have any,
but they were fine. The Masters. That's when he woke.
Then he magically just started posting these. He's like,
it's kind of like us,
all
though.
of a sudden,
it's kind of like stick and act. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, we were
Yeah.
alive. Now Phil's been around for a
true.
long time, but
Yeah.
he's the video of him down Magnolia Lane was fantastic. And then his fireside chat with the worst camera in the world. I mean, the better cameras here at Stick and Hack Studios than there. And now he wants to.
Well, and then he got the
crawl in a hole and
duel.
die.
He got the duel with Bubba Watson.
What was that?
You didn't see that?
No.
Where have
You
you
got a
been?
fight?
No, it was like they're
Fight
talking
on the
about
course?
hitting bombs, and
right.
and somehow like Phil's calves have become some sort of like sensation. Like people are like Phil's calves.
No,
you haven't seen that?
No, no, and I'm glad that I haven't.
Well, then we need to,
because you're
that
talking
needs
to me
be
about Phil's calves.
I know, it's weird.
I don't care about Phil's calves.
I don't either.
Even a little bit. I do
just
care.
Can't
the fact
believe
that,
you don't know.
No, I care that he's in a deep dark place.
Clearly.
I
His calves are not going to be doing well ever.
And even the
fast.
end, at one point you were just expecting him to go, I'm just fucking with you, you know?
Yeah.
And he didn't.
No.
He didn't do anything. He's just like, I haven't played golf, and
I'm pretty depressed.
about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to eat, and that should solve the problem.
Yeah.
Right? We'll see. We'll see. He plays
We're
more.
gonna find out this week.
He plays more in Tiger.
Yeah.
All right, the handicap system in golf. You alluded to this earlier. This is something that, for me, it doesn't make any sense to even have a conversation about. In fact, when I got into this conversation with a person, I said this is one of the dumbest conversations I've ever been involved in.
Okay.
And he said, well, this is how I feel. And I said, well, your feelings are not met with the same excitement, and I don't want to talk to you ever again. So I didn't. I deleted his number from my phone.
Fair
I won't
enough.
talk to him ever again.
Okay.
He's out of my life.
Okay.
But he did mention that the handicap system in golf was broken and that it was unfair to him as a stick, as a good golfer. Your thoughts, handicap system work, yes or no? Open for debate. Where you at?
We talked about this a little bit earlier, but obviously off camera. But I don't think it's broken. I think it actually works very well when people are honest about what they're posting their scores. And I think that's where you run into problems, is when people aren't posting all their scores, or they're picking and choosing which scores that they post. They either have, they end up being considered a sandbagger,
right,
if you will, or a reverse sandbagger.
What's that?
You never heard that term?
No. Somebody who says they're good and isn't?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
There are people I know all the time that
Why
are
would
like, I'm a
anybody
5 handicap, and then they go out and shoot 90. And I'm like,
doesn't make any
you're not
sense.
a 5 handicap. Get out of here.
Don't get out of here and don't be on my team ever again.
Get out
You
of
just
my
cost me $800.
Yes.
No, I don't remember. I don't know anybody that would say, "Hey, I'm really good at jousting," and then they get up on the things and then immediately get jousted in the neck.
I think it's one of those it's a
pride
thing,
and ego.
Yeah, especially if where I see it a lot is guys that they may have they were an athlete in some other sport,
college
that
jock
they were really good at. Mm-hmm. And then
letter jacket
be good at golf. They can be good at golf, but they've never really like gotten into it. They've never really really taken the time to understand how to play the game, course management, that type of stuff.
Well, because it's boring. Everything you just said right there is boring. I don't know what that means. Course management, great.
That's what it
takes. The book, running the books of a course.
No, understanding how to play a course.
I get it, Mike. Relax. I understand. Course management is boring because then you can't go after it.
But I get it, but those are the things that's how you get from a 10 to a 4.
Okay, so you have that, and then you have the reverse people, and then you have the people that don't record their scores.
Yeah.
So the handicap system's broken.
No.
So great. So that guy was right.
Totally disagree. Totally disagree.
But you proved all the points.
The part that is, I would say is probably broken on some level is the governance part of it. And I talked about this a little earlier is you've got these websites now that have come out where you can just go and you can register for a USGA handicap and post scores whenever you want, but there's no oversight of it. They're not associated.
So people can literally put in whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
They can put in whatever they want.
Yeah, you could put whatever you want in.
So I shot a 98 yesterday, but in reality I might have shot an 87.
Right.
So I added 10 strokes to my handicap because, explain that. So then if I'm in a tournament or if I'm in a money game or if I'm playing with somebody and I say, hey, I'm a 15 handicap or 20 handicap, and they say,
you're
okay,
actually a 10.
You're actually a 10. Well, so if I'm a 20 handicap and I play somebody who's a 5, then in reality they're supposed to give me 15 strokes or 15 shots,
correct.
Right? So that means basically I start 15 shots ahead of that person.
Yeah.
Okay. So what other sport do you know where you start 15 points ahead? So if I'm playing you in basketball and you're a better basketball player than me, do I say, good news, you're now down 15-0, good luck? Does that happen?
No, it doesn't.
No. Right.
No.
In tennis, do you start at 3 sets to love in tennis?
No.
So that's what the guy's point is. I'm not arguing for his point because, as I said, I don't talk to him anymore. I won't.
Yeah, but there's no other way to. That's the uniqueness of golf. I mean, golf is what makes golf beautiful, in my opinion, is that you can play with a guy that's not the same skill level as you and still compete, right? That's what makes it fun. What I'm talking about is if guys are not being honest about it, and that's where, in my opinion, clubs come in. Is that the clubs are the ones that can enforce this stuff. They can look at who's posting scores,
right.
What are they doing in actual, competitive rounds. They can go in there and look at that, and then they can govern that. When you've got people that can just go online, and I understand why it's available is just from
it's for the hacks.
The internet.
No, it's for the hacks that don't belong to a club and don't have any way to and aren't going to go through the process.
Absolutely.
But they got to play in some corporate outing where they need a handicap.
So it makes it more open.
Right.
Yeah, it makes it more accessible. I get that.
Okay.
I get it.
So you have no problem with that.
It also is it's definitely, it's a problem. And I don't know.
It's been a problem for years, though.
Yes, it absolutely. But I don't really know how you fix it, to be honest.
Okay. So we've showcased a problem.
Yep.
We've highlighted it, and now we're going to move on, right? We're not going to solve it.
No. Hell no.
Sure as hell not you or I.
It's not me. I'm not solving that.
Well, because it benefits you most of the time. It doesn't.
Probably not.
It benefits me more than it does you.
Maybe.
Because I can go out and shoot a great low score.
Well, the thing
putts can just magically fall.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I have a great round and I'm all excited about my great round, but everybody's upset because I'm having a great round and thus beating you because I'm not supposed to beat you. That's the other problem. That's another, right?
Yeah. But I think when you look at it, And what I think higher handicaps don't realize and don't understand is that when you actually become good at golf and you are a lower handicap, a bad round for you doesn't do much for your handicap as far as like raising it. Right.
You don't go from a 5,
doesn't.
you have a bad round, and then all of a sudden you're a 10 and you go great.
Exactly.
Right? No. And I've looked up the handicap system and the actual math to get there, impossible. That's why people go to that website, because they're like, I can't do this math. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's 58 different calculations.
It's not that bad.
It's exactly that. Look it up. It's 58 calculations. Okay. All right, so let's go to the Twitter highlights, okay? So I don't know if you peruse Twitter very much. Do you?
Oh, yeah, once in a while.
All right, so there's a couple things that I think you should be following if you're out in the golf space, and of course at Stick and Hack, please, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But there's a guy named Patrick Sullivan, and he's at Sullivan Golf, and because the Wimbledon Championship was this morning, and who are the top tennis people?
Djokovic,
Federer, Nadal. Williams.
Yeah.
You hear these names over and over and over again, right? So Patrick Sullivan, so this is a part of the show where we're just going to kind of read a couple Twitter conversations because I think they're hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
So Patrick Sullivan said, are there only like 5 people who play tennis?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very innocuous question, right?
It is.
He's just saying, hey, it seems like there's only a couple people that play tennis.
Yeah.
And I would agree. Over the years, and that was even in the 70s, 80s, 90s, tennis, there's only a few that rise to the top. Golf is very different.
I agree.
When it comes to the names at the top of the leaderboard.
Yep.
Okay. So Peter Kessler, who is a writer for Golf Digest or Golf Magazine or something, apparently, according to his profile, he read his profile. I put Golf Channel and SiriusXM Golf on the map. Booked me to speak and host. 5 years voice of HBO Sports. Invented the hybrid.
The hybrid what?
I don't know. Invented hybrid. That's what it says on his
the hybrid golf club.
I'm reading his profile. It says an invented hybrid. Maybe the car. I don't know.
Maybe.
All I know is that in his profile, he said that he put a Golf Channel on the map and he invented the hybrid.
Okay. All
right. So that's who's talking now, and he's talking back to Patrick Sullivan.
Yeah.
And he says each of the top 3 tennis players is more fascinating to watch than every golf tour player put together.
I disagree.
That
highly
put shockwaves through the golf Twitter sphere.
Right.
So Patrick Sullivan writes back with a GIF, and then Peter says, you, of course, can't think of anything else, just a GIF because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Patrick Sullivan says, you're making statements that are outlandish and factually incorrect. How am I supposed to respond to that without any other than a reaction GIF?
Yeah.
Peter Kessler says, you're a moron. and it goes from there.
I feel like we're explaining like Twitter right now.
It's fantastic.
This is Twitter.
It's unbelievable. I don't know if there's anything that I used to go into that YouTube rabbit hole, right, where you're looking for something and all of a sudden you're 100 different other things. Yeah. I'm now so infatuated with Twitter comments and the threads that happen. Yeah. Because Peter Kessler only very occasionally is pro golf fascinating. He writes for Golf Magazine or for Golf Digest or one of those. That's his world. And he says only very occasionally is pro golf fascinating. It's not the player's fault. Imagine every hit in baseball traveling 800 feet. Mm-hmm. That's golf in the big leagues. I don't even know where his head's at this point. What is his argument? I don't get what he's saying.
I don't either.
Okay. Patrick Sullivan says, I'm sorry, this is mind-blowing over-exaggeration that is even close to accurate. And then apparently Patrick Sullivan or Peter Kessler then immediately blocked him.
Yes.
Boom. Blocked. Okay. So that's thread number 1.
Yep.
Peter Kessler and Patrick Sullivan. Please follow Patrick Sullivan though, because he's fantastic. He's hilarious.
Here's what I love. Okay. At the very end of this, and this happens all the time on Twitter, someone will dismiss someone and just say goodbye, and then that person will then respond, and then they're just like they can't help themselves. They have to respond, even though. They have already dismissed this person.
I've dismissed you and I've said goodbye.
Yes.
Why are you still at my door?
Exactly.
Why are you still knocking on my door?
Exactly.
I bid you adieu.
Yes, exactly.
Please leave.
Thank you.
All right, so Alan Shipnuck. At Alan Shipnuck. This is another Twitter highlight of the week. It's wild that anyone doesn't think we need 10,000-yard courses to challenge the pros. Now, I'm going to put this in your pocket, okay, Mike? Yeah. I'm going to put it in your pocket, and we're going to talk about it soon. And I would like to have a guest on to talk about this very thing. Yeah. I have somebody in mind. No chance we get them. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It'll be a nice try. It'll be a nice effort to try to get them to this thing.
Yeah.
So Alan wants the courses to be longer to challenge the pros, just like some people want the basketball courts to be wider.
Yeah.
Or the fields to just expand or some sort of, we have to proof the pros so that this is more fun and more challenging for them.
Yeah.
Why? So Shipmunk says that Shipnuck says this. That's got to suck for that dude. I can't even imagine what 20 years.
How many
of that
times
name
has
was
he
like.
been called
Oh
Chipmunk in his
God.
life? Okay,
what a disaster.
Yeah.
So there's this whole thing that goes back, and then he says, "I don't really care about par. My critique is lack of variety. Driver wedge over and over is quite dull. The birdies come too cheap." And then at Stick and Hack Golf, Stick and Hack, we respond, "You want variety at Alan Shipnuck? Let's get a round set up together, and you will see the use of clubs you didn't even know existed." You want some challenging. I don't think just making the courses 10,000 yards makes any sense. Do you?
It doesn't. It's honestly it's a very short-sighted comment, because if you think about and look at the problems with golf, it's being able to keep up the amount of land that a golf course takes up, and you're just adding more to that, and you're now adding more expense. You're adding more to how much it costs people to play. It's already too expensive in a lot of people's minds to play golf. So
I think he just wants the pro courses. So we're gonna have eight pro courses that are built specifically for professional golfers.
Nah.
10,000 yard courses, which I don't even know what that means.
It's never gonna happen.
Is that double?
No, that's only like.
Oh,
I mean, compared to
courses are
now,
6,000, right?
Seven. Like PGA Tour courses are over 7.
Okay.
They're probably 7,500 at this.
So the
7,500 to 8,000.
Didn't they do this when they Tiger proofed courses? Didn't they start to move?
Well, that's what
back?
they think they're doing, but you're never going to be able to keep up with it. You either gotta.
Is it the course or the technology?
It's the tech. Well, it's the technology, but it's also the guys that are playing professional golf now are athletes,
right? Because they're fasting, they're drinking coffee shakes.
Yes, they're fasting for 6 days. They're losing 15 pounds.
My God.
They're just they're keeping
Fireside.
it. Yeah,
Fireside Phil. All right, so making the courses bigger is not the answer.
No.
All right, so that is a topic for later. What does it matter? I would love to go out there and see them bomb the ball 320 yards and then hit a wedge in and then putt it. Who cares? You think I want someone hitting a 7-iron underneath a tree?
Yeah,
I do that myself.
Of course.
I don't need to watch a pro do that.
You could make a concerted decision that you're going to change the technology that you allow to be played on the professional tour. That's the only way you can do it. You're going to have to limit how far the ball flies and how far the clubs will hit the ball.
Right. So like foam balls, that'll be next.
Like
those practice balls for the kids?
Yes, wiffles.
Yeah,
the little wiffle golf balls.
Golf is what it is. What the hell do you want from us, right? I mean, they haven't made the NBA court any bigger in the last 15 years, and those guys are getting bigger and bigger, and they get down the court in 5 steps.
Yeah.
What does it matter? They run down, they lay up, and then
they totally changed the way the NBA plays now.
Right.
No one cares about 7-footers anymore. They want guys making threes.
Correct.
So
they want people making threes, and they want people bombing at 350 yards.
What sells? That's
correct.
Period.
Yes,
so,
100%. And the PGA is selling.
Absolutely.
So what are we doing? What are we even talking about?
Well, this guy's
Alan Shipnuck.
Mine.
Come on, Alan. Hey, we welcome you onto the program too. By the way, if you'd like to come on, Alan, and talk about this,
absolutely.
We're not saying that you're dumb. We're not saying that. No. We're saying that what you're saying is dumb. The idea is, and
it's short-sighted. It's
correct.
It's not thinking of so many other variables that you have to think about when you're trying to grow the game of golf and understand how you make the game of golf better.
And then he goes, honest to God, I could read these, because then he gets into arguments with these people, and he says, over time, the best players are going to separate themselves across a variety of courses. My critique is that the distance explosion has blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Just say, nobody cares, Alan. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So why do you waste your time with that argument?
Yeah.
All right. Stick and Hack question from social media comes to us. What do you do when your kid is better than you at golf? Quit.
Well,
you quit the game, or you force your kid into another sport. My kid will not be better at me than golf. That's Stone cold.
I'm already better than my dad, so we could probably bring my dad on and ask him how he feels about that. You should.
You weren't, but wasn't he a 5 handicap?
He was. He's not now.
Well, he's older. Yeah. So cut him a break. Give him a chance.
Not my problem.
No, if your kid, I think the question comes because his kid is like 9 or 10.
Well, if your 9-year-old's beating you,
right?
then you have bigger issues.
Your grown son.
You've got bigger problems. If
so
your 9-year-old's beating you.
You're younger. The question.
Or maybe
was,
you don't. You might have. Maybe you've got the next tiger on your hands.
Right. The question was when. What is it like to have your son as the stick in the family, and the kid's 7 or 8 years old?
Right.
Now it's obviously a tongue-in-cheek question, but I think it's accurate that sometimes your kid just has that raw talent in a game that you love but just can't play, and it would frustrate me, quite frankly.
Sure,
sure would. As a subpar player, that would bother me.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like.
Okay,
having no children.
I thought you meant being a subpar player. I thought the humble train had left the station.
That too, but
right,
I didn't bring it up. You did.
No, you don't have kids, but that doesn't mean you can't. I mean, for me, I think that if my kid was better than me at an early age, there would be a part as a father that I would be very excited.
Yeah.
But I'd also be like, I'm going to be able to play with him for like 3 more years, and then that's going to shut down. Now, golf you can play for forever, and it doesn't matter because of the handicap system, Mike.
Right.
Which we discussed earlier.
Exactly my point.
All right. Hack rule question.
Yeah.
This is so every episode the hack's going to ask the stick a rule question, and we're going to see if you know it.
Okay.
And now, as I think about it now, I don't know if I even looked this up, so I don't know this. So you could tell me anything right now, as you would in the course, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that sounds about right.
Sure.
Can the rake be in the bunker during your shot? So if you're in the bunker,
yes,
and there's a rake, to rake the bunker, can that rake be in the bunker in the shot?
Yes.
During the shot? It can. No penalty, no issues, no problems.
No, that's the dumbest question ever. That's not even a thing in golf. I don't literally is never no.
Because can I put the rake in the sand trap then and use it as an alignment tool?
Are you trying to hit the ball with the rake?
No, it's an alignment tool. That's the question.
No, you couldn't use it as an alignment tool.
Okay, so you can't have the rake in the trap.
But it can still be in the bunker.
Okay, this is not a question from me. Just relax.
I think it is.
I wanted to just
you're hiding behind your ignorance.
I'm going to do that a lot.
Okay,
here, okay?
That's fine.
That's right. The name of the game here, baby.
Okay.
So they don't have to move the rake out of the trap.
No.
Okay. Because in the old days, and by that I mean last year, you couldn't ground your club in a penalty area. You couldn't have things laying. You couldn't put your clubs. For instance, can I put my club in the trap? If I come in and I have a 56 and a 52 degree wedge, okay.
No.
So I can't lay the other club in the trap.
No.
What how's that any different than the rake? It's just an object in the trap.
Because you're not playing the game with it.
With the rake.
Correct.
Yeah.
I know you've probably tried it before, but
I'm seconds away from trying it because it sounds fantastic.
All
right. What else? What do you have? Do you have anything on your docket for this show?
Dude, you run this thing. What are you talking about?
Do you? Yes or no?
No, I don't have anything. No. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I didn't know if you had any questions for me. Like, hey, what's it like to whatever?
What's it like to shoot 79 and then 90 the next day?
How
does that feel?
It's not the best.
Okay.
It's not the best. That's not the worst thing. It's one of the worst things.
We should mention that actually happened.
It did happen.
Yeah.
So the story goes like this. Mike and I were partners in some tournament, and we were leading after day one, and I went to bed with dollar signs in my head. My kids had already spent the money.
Yeah.
We were winning. We were way ahead.
We
were 9 shots ahead, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And I came in. I shot the best round of my life that day, and it was a 79.
Yep.
And I was on top of the world. I was a stick for one day.
Yeah.
And and people slapping me on the back, buying me drinks. I might as well hit a hole in one.
Yeah.
I was king of the world.
You were talk of the town.
100%.
Yeah.
And then I was also, that's I thought he sucked. Well, he's leading the tournament now. I bet Mike carried him. So day 2 comes. Mm-hmm. The pressure mounts.
Yes.
The money starts to grab onto my psyche, my small pea-sized brain, my golf brain, and I forget how to swing the golf club.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah,
I couldn't I forgot what I was doing.
It was a rough second round.
It's not the best, and we ended up losing.
Yeah, we didn't win.
We did not win.
No.
And not only did we not win, we were made fun of. I think, I was.
You probably were, yeah.
Because you played year round, nobody cares. He's just, he's driveway. He's a driver.
They were
and
like, oh, poor Mike.
Oh, that's what a
guy shoots a career round, and then you just know it's coming the next day.
He got in his own head, and I did. And we're going to talk the mental game of golf, I'm sure, at some point in this.
Oh yeah.
Well, this has been enjoyable, Mike. I appreciate the first episode. I guess I would say excitement from you, because this is the most excited I've ever seen you.
I've tried to step it up for you, man.
Thank you. Because on the golf course, you're Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson divided by 2, and that's you.
I'm trying.
Okay. So I appreciate it very much. Follow us, guys, if you would, please, at Stick and Hack on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Different content throughout, as well as stickandhack.com. Merchandise available, of course. Let the world know that you are part of Stick and Hack Nation. And go get that Stick and Hat. In fact, we already had a couple people send us photos from Arcadia Bluffs and a couple other courses around the country.
Yeah.
We'd love to see more of that. So thanks for the support as we start a golf obsession for the golf obsessed. That is Hack. Nope. That's Stick. I'm Hack. This is Stick and Hack Nation. Have a great week.
Peace out, guys.